Hello everybody, it's Lindsay from the Vintage Button. Got a massive pile of things on my desk. We're going to take away things first and then we'll talk about what we have got. So I did my hopes and dreams and plans video, and we have the Quality Street. We're not going to work on that today. That might hold off until sort of really close to Christmas, kind of when we're over Christmas. That's what I was thinking about that, because it still has Christmas nostalgia vibes, because it's like my childhood sweets thing. Brambly Edge, we're also going to see how we go. This might be more December-y, kind of like after we've got over the one that we are going to do. So that will be wintry but not Christmas. This is one that I think will be really quick, which is our bag. If you saw the flip through of the paper bag from the other day, you'll see that it is quite quick. There's not a lot of pages, and by the time you've added a few flips and folds and stuff inside of it, it wouldn't be a lot. And we will be stamping with paint using our stamps, so we're going to do that one, but not today. And that leaves me with this, which was my idea for like a no fold journal, which I'm still going to use because I've got lots of not so nice atlas pages. I'm still going to use that, but then yesterday I had to work in my office in Cambridge, and afterwards, hold on a minute, afterwards we had a training session, and it finished a little early, and my husband was working in his office, which was on the other side of Cambridge. So my office is really close to a big retail park, and I was like, I'm going to go and wander around B&Q, which is a DIY store like Home Depot or something like that in America. So I'm going to go over there because we, in the summer, we decided we wanted to paint it might not have even been this summer, it might have been the summer before, and we put samples on the wall, and it probably was the summer before. We put some samples on the wall, and we've been looking at them for a very long time, and there were Farrow and Ball colours, and it was Hague blue and Stiff Key blue, and we wanted to see how it was in the different lights, because we wanted a colour and a bold colour. But anyway, you're probably not interested in that. We're not having those colours because they're too dark. We have decided on a colour which is in this book but under a different name, and we're going to use Valspar. This is its own brand, and it's this Morocco colour, or Monaco colour, which is same as Oval Room Blue, which I suppose is a bit apt, isn't it? Just after an election in America. So now we know what colourway. I know where to get the recipe for the white, so I don't need this anymore, because I went and we got it yesterday. I got a load of leaflets, and we talked it through, and we decided which one we were going to go for. So we're going to use this, and I'm quite excited because it's a nice size. And then I've been getting loads of stuff out, but I fear I might have mislaid it. I've got some, no I didn't, I put them here. I've got some Flower Fairies, and we did a couple of Flower Fairy books, but I want to make Christmas Flower Fairies, and not all of these, although she could be a Christmas Flower Fairy, couldn't she? She's not really very Christmassy. We'll go through and we'll see what we can use that will be a little bit Christmassy. He could be made Christmassy, because what I love about this is it's big enough to have these big elements. Look at that. So we're going to try to make what I've got left over from this book. And, sorry for the rustling, I have this Flower Fairies book as well, that has kind of, I don't know if it's by the year, but I'm sure that there are ones that are applicable. The only thing is, and I might have to stick them in somehow, is because they've got the pictures on both sides, and I don't want to sacrifice any of the beautiful pictures I get. That's why I've never really, I might have only used a few or sent them off in swaps. So we'll use those Flower Fairies too, and we're going to make a Christmassy Flower Fairy journal somehow. So I've put that to one side because we're definitely going to use that. In fact, I'm going to put it in a box I've got to one side. I'll put her in that box too. I've also got to use with the Flower Fairy stuff. This is elements that I've taken from magazines. I think I've talked before about how I don't use single-use craft items. But I will cut up a craft magazine and get bits and pieces. Look at that. A bit of sandpaper on that and some fussy cutting out. That will be lovely to be used as an element in a junk journal. So I have those bits. That's more cardboardy, but from the same craft magazines. I think this is a freebie from a craft magazine. And I do have some scrapbooking paper that is years, more than a decade old and needs to be used up. So that's quite handy. That might be handy for what we're doing now. So we'll keep that out. That might be handy for what we're doing now. Any more? We've even got some wrapping paper skidding around the craft room, left over from the advent calendar. I'm going to finish the advent calendars. I think I might be putting them on eBay because that might be the quickest and least complicated way. I don't know, but I need to do it PDQ, so I need to make my mind up this weekend. So now I have a selection of papers, and I'm just going to rip some out of this. This is, I've got two lots of dictionary. I've got a large dictionary, a small dictionary. Do I have any music? Did I get music out? I'll have to find some music. I might do some of that really old stuff because I'm not going to scan everything. And then I've got some Russian, which is beautiful. It's really beautiful writing. So I'm just going to pull some of that out of there. This Russian book, I think I've mentioned before about at Tesco, our local supermarket, or one of our local supermarkets, has like a charity shop, like a charity board, and a charity bookshelf. And I got that off there. I got a few of them because, yeah, I just thought it was really interesting text. I've also got, have I put it away? I've got some French, but we don't need to use the French today. I think the Russian's probably enough interest. I have, without dropping, I have this, which is the cover of some music paper. Let's see, because I've still got the stuff that I plan to scan. Let's see if there's anything I'll be willing to use. No. Now, I did check this, and it's from 1871, so we're golden. So we've got New Year, we've got Christmas boxes. I will be doing a bit of a scan, and I will put Christmas 1873. Oh, hush-a-bye, baby. On the treetop, when the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the man breaks, the cradle will fall. Let's see, Pig and Pepper. Yeah, that's like, if it's not got Christmas on the back, we'll have this. This will be our bit of music. We won't need much. It'd be nice to have something that's a bit really old in it. So we have that. And down here, I did have some letter, antique letter. I've done some organising, not much though. I'm sure I've got antique letter in here. If not, I can just dig one out very quickly, because I do want some antique letter. Let's go into the antique box. So today, what I thought we would do is just simply you my antique letters is we would simply just sort of have a go at doing a page or a masterboard, really. What have we got here? 18th of October. "22 Fish Street Hill." All these people who are interested in this. We've got a pencil on the back. Right. we'll have one of that. That can go in there. I still have masses of this stuff. Oh, I quite like that writing, but I want to be able to scan some of it. I'll keep that like that. I'll dig the other stuff out if I need it. Okay. Are you still with me? I hope you are. So we have this leaflet, which is fantastic size, but it's a massive concertina. Now, I don't know if I quite want to do this many pages. So let's see. I'm going to do a sort of no sew during November, and then I might sew some signatures in. I don't know. I kind of might sew signatures in. We'll see. I think the first bit is to do the masterboard. So I'm like, do I really want to do all of that? It's quite a lot, because it's quite a lot of... How many signatures? If I did do signatures, how many would I want? So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3. I think I want to do 3 and 2. So that would mean taking off like a chunk like that, wouldn't it? So that means that it would be like 1, 2, 3. That's going to be gone. 1, 2, and then that would be 3. Yeah. So I think we're going to cut. We're going to cut that. See, and that's the colour as well. It's got lots of different names, so it's basically the same colour. That's what I'm going to paint my lounge. Not before Christmas. It's going to remain its cream that it is now, and I will. The place where we put the samples is actually where the Christmas tree goes, so it gets hidden, because we knew it would take us ages to make our mind up. We'd lived in private rented accommodation like all our adult lives, and so you're not allowed really to do anything in private renting places without seriously a lot of ache at the end of your tenancy to get your deposit back. So we always just sort of, if we did do redecorate, which we have done in places because it's been like in shocking repair, we have just done it magnolia or white. So now we'd like some colour, but it's taken a long time to come to that decision about colour. So I'm not going to do the front cover first. I do suspect I probably will put the nice Victorian writing on it and some of this probably. So I'll sort of hold off on that for now. But we are going to majorly do big blocks for this, and then we're going to be a bit more strategic about these bits. So like the blue, I would cover up the blue, even up my lovely Monaco blue, which is, you know, I don't know, we could put some blues in because of snowflakes and stuff, couldn't we? So just be a bit strategic. So like these lovely greens would sort of stay. So those two are very similar to the colours we were nearly going to paint there. Yeah, it's much better, that lighter colour. And then this, again, cover all these sunny colours up, but leave that. And then cover that majorly. And cover that, and just, yeah, all of that will get lots and lots and lots of cover. These have even, some of these paints are metallic. So they're metallic, they're like, I don't know if I would want silver on my walls, like with a silver sheen, but there we go. Anyway, that's the front. Shall we start? I've got a pot of PVA, I've got a brush. We're just going to start ripping things up and putting it on and see how we go. So we can do that. Be a little bit strategic with this, not to get another lot out. So there we go. Do the 4 corners. It's like doing a jigsaw puzzle. Let's do the 4 corners first, and then we'll keep sorting stuff out. Ooh, now I never thought would I be able to open that jar. I'm going to use my PVA, and we're going to be careful. PVA is school glue. It's what Mod Podge is really, is PVA. I'm sure they add other extra bits, but it's the basic. It is, you know, what Mod Podge is. I'm going to overlap this corner a little bit. I don't know if you saw, I've done a couple of flip throughs. One was an Alice in Wonderland one, and another one was just like a Victoriana one, and they were both made out of very similar things, you know. And I guess this is junk journaling. It's kind of using, we'd made our mind up. I don't particularly want these things sort of skitting around my house anymore, so we will make use of it. I don't know when we'll paint the house. We need to replace, there's a window that needs replacing. I think they always have sales for things like that in January, so I will try and get some quotes. But we've got like a window unit that's failed in the lounge. Our house is a real doer-upper, but I'm so grateful. This is how crazy the houses are. Basically where I live, they are comparing it to like what happened around Silicon Valley, but like the equivalent in the UK. So that means that house prices are ridiculously high, and that's like particularly around the Cambridge area. We couldn't afford to live in Cambridge, so we've moved to a town that's just sort of out, just like in a commutable distance for school and, you know, well, college. She doesn't go to school anymore, and work. So that means it was a lot cheaper. Now, having said that, we bought our house during the pandemic, so we had to, it was the most weird experience I've ever had in my life, really, the way we bought this house and how we viewed it and the amount of money we spent on it, and we had one short viewing before we put the offer in, and then we had another longer viewing after we'd exchanged contracts. Now, the reason that it was like that sort of, it's ridiculous the amount of money we spent, is because people were, once we put the offer in, there was a house next door but one, and 39 people put an offer in on that house. Oh, I did get some music out. So we were really happy that he'd accepted it. He wanted a sale, and we weren't in a chain, because there's like this whole situation with multiple buyers, and oh, I don't want to. This is a Victorian book. In fact, this is the inside of the book that the advent calendar that we did for the giveaway. It's like the insides of that. I think that will do. Dick Whittington. That's very Christmassy. Oh, I watched a documentary about the King, and yeah, I have thoughts and opinions, but I'll leave them there. I don't want to offend anybody. Let's see. Come on, Lindsay, get on with it. I think the pictures are precious, so I don't want to use the pictures. I don't mind using Dick Whittington. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, so 39 people went for the house next door but one. So we kind of just had to jump on this house. But it does mean that there are probably things, if we were buying it, we would have requested that the seller would have fixed before we left. And there's all kinds of things that we've found after. And it just means that it's very much a doer-upper. It requires lots of attention. Yeah. Yeah, which is not fun, but there we go. Here's what it is. Oh, I've ripped up a picture. Never mind. So that means we've got to replace that window in the lounge. We've got to replace the bathroom completely. But the rest, I think we can get away with painting. I want to. Somebody in the 1980s ripped the historic heart out of this house, so I think we're just going to have to sort of allude to it with colour, and things like go to a salvage yard, buy a new newel post, well, an old newel post from like an Edwardian house, because the one that we've got at the moment, it's like the bottom half of the stairs is the original newel post and banisters, and then the top half, and then the ground floor half is something from the 1980s. It's very boxy and square, and yeah. But there we go. Anyway, what I'm doing is I'm just sort of slapping stuff down, not worrying about it too much. I'm not making any big decisions. I'm just slapping things down. And it's the beginning of creating a masterboard, really. I'm ripping things up. I'm not worrying about overlap too much. I'm not worrying. I'm not liking straight edges, so we'll do a little bit of thingy around there. But that's the only thing really I'm worried about. I'm just slapping it on to make a masterboard. And this bit is all about layers, which is okay because there's lots of, the paper's quite strong that the leaflet's made out of, so it'll take it. Sometimes you have to be careful because, like, whatever your substrate is, you've got to, it's got to be able to take the abuse, really, of you slapping all this stuff on. Do we want that? I don't even know what that's from. Oh, it's like an index. Oh, an index page. That'll go there. I'm quite excited about starting something new. I was kind of in a bit of a funk about the other one because I just couldn't, I really enjoyed making it. I remember feeling really excited about it, and then because I got ill and I couldn't do what I wanted to do, I sort of lost enthusiasm for it, and I was getting a little bit like wound up by that fact. And then I thought, Lindsay, you shouldn't be wound up by this. This is like, it's all meant to be fun. It's meant to alleviate my mental health, not make it worse. So he never smiled again. Well, let's make sure. Oh, the Queen in the Snow. I'm gonna put that to one side. That might be useful. Yeah. Oh, no. What side do I like? I like that side. It's almost like the equivalent of having a brainstorm. You're not really making, you're making some judgment, but you're not making a lot. It's mostly about who's, what you're going to put down next. Mix it on. Oh, I quite like that. Could have a bit of blank. Doesn't all have to be. In fact, I might put. No, I'll put it here. Russian paper. So yeah, so I'm quite excited about the paint colour. Now we've kind of come to some conclusions, and what it'll do is, because the front door is just off the lounge, we have like a little porch, and that helps us choose a colour for the front door, which in its turn helps us to choose a colour for the garage door at the back, because it, you know, we want it all to sort of match. Yeah, so it kind of just sort of, once you've made some decisions, which is alright, we can get on with it now. Well, not now, but as part of the planning. It's the easiest bit. Excuse me for the cough. So it's Friday tomorrow. I'm hoping I'll have some time to catch up. I've got some e-learning, like mandatory training that I need to do, and catch up on all my emails to my clients. And I think I have a good chance, if I get my head down, of getting it done. Here we go. Now then, a little bit more red. That. Now you can see there's some, like, where the paper's a bit thin and you can see underneath. Don't worry about that, because this is the first layer. Now let's do that way first. Put a really big bit on. I don't mind if writing is upside down, sideways, or it's kind of like, it's not text, it's almost like a texture for me, but you might have a different opinion, which is absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. I'm really not going to worry about that. We can always do some trimming off little bits of edges. I'm not worried about that. I want to make sure I'm in shot. Okay. Can I fold that back over that way and have that like that? Yes, I can. So I shall. We can have that straight edge because I'm going to put something else in front of it. I'm terrible at looking after my brushes. This is actually a nice paintbrush, but it ended up getting used for glue, so now it's a glue brush. But what can you do? This will all, like the glue and the board will make it sort of stiffen. The glue and the board, the paper will make it sort of stiffen. And that'll give the book some substance, which, you know, I'm all for a bit of substance. That. There we go. See that these will be glued together, so I'm going to try and move it somewhere else. I'm going to make a quick chilli. So we did a big pork roast at the weekend, so we need to use it up. And that's what we're going to have, is a pork. I'm going to do like a quick chilli with it. It won't take me very long. I might even, I've never done it this early, I think I mentioned it in another video, or was I mentioning it to somebody at work? I might even put my Christmas tree up. Not necessarily this weekend, but soon rather than later, which is a bit weird, I know. But I'm wanting the coziness. It's getting dark and I'm just like, oh, I just want it to be cozy. I might just do the lounge and then do the dining room closer to the time, because the cat sort of sleeps in the chair next to where the tree is in the dining room. And he's never bothered it, and he's lived with us for 3 years, but you know when you just sort of like, there's always a first time, isn't there, that he decides, I'm sure this is all toys for me, and just has a go. We had one cat when we were growing up that used to sort of climb up the inside of it, of the Christmas tree, and neither of my Christmas trees are suitable for that. because they're all small. Like the one in the dining room's like a tabletop one, and the one in the lounge is like a really thin one that I put 500,000 picks into it to make it look fuller, but it fits. When I moved house, when we bought the house, I was like, right, I'm going to look for a different Christmas tree, and then I realised the one that we had was the perfect size, so I was like, oh, okay. Oh, Lindsay, that's alright. I'm not crying over stuck glue. It's got over some of my greens though, but I'm not complaining. Right, I don't want to be going off because I know I'd cover the mat, but not much further in here. So this is where we're at. This is the perils of having a small table. We're going to just do this one side today, and then I will do the other side, I think, in my own time. Oh, I haven't used this. So this is it's my tights. They come in like paper bags. But that could go on after, as can all these other bits and pieces. I think we just want the neutral and a little bit of the red and creamy colour. I want this green. That doesn't matter because that was a bit of a blue green anyway. That's alright. Okay, let's keep going. Let's go for another bit of paper. Let me see where you are with the the perils of a small table. This dictionary was actually the dictionary that I had when I was a child. And we had a load of encyclopedia books, and I don't know where they've all gone. And I don't even know why I ended up with a dictionary. But I did. There we go. Oh, I might keep the ginger. Gingerbread. Look at that, a nice big bit. Go. I like getting a bit messy. Put that under. Right, need a bit of that Russian, I think. Do we need some Russian? Where is it? Try and make a neatish pile. Okay, let's be a bit strategic. Okay. Are you on the mat? There are so many things to think about when you're sort of doing this, rather than just, if I was on my own, I'd just be happily bimbling away. But I'm not, so I shan't. Giblets. Let's cover the word giblets up, although they are turkey giblets. What do you have for your Christmas dinner? Because I know, like in the UK, it used to be goose. Goose used to be the traditional Christmas dinner. sort of meat of choice. And then, I don't know when, I think it was sometime probably after the First World War, turkeys were sort of imported from America. And then we have turkey farms now. So, like, turkeys for Christmas dinner. Oh, excuse my phone. That's very loud, Lindsay. We don't have either, actually. We don't have goose. We make our roast potatoes with goose fat, but we don't have goose. We don't have turkey. We actually have lamb for our Christmas dinner because my husband is like gluten and dairy free, so he doesn't have many choices. So we let him choose what he wants for the meat. Although we won't have that because we're going up north. So I'll have to talk to my mum about that actually. She quite likes lamb. But she'll be going to her local butcher's that she's been to for 40 years. So, which I quite like. So she'll get like a hamper from John. So I'll just tell her what we want and she'll get the meat hamper. That's if we sort the cat out. Anybody want to come and look after a cat over Christmas? He's very soft and friendly. He's very big, but he's very soft and friendly. And if he would have, he's a rescue cat. I actually think if he would have put up with it, we'd take him up with us. But like, they're all dog people. Well, no, they do have cats as well. And it's very, my family are very loud. Everybody's together and they're all, yeah. Not my immediate family. We're quite quiet. But my word, the Wigan lot. That's off camera, but I'm just sticking this down because I've got a place for it. My word, they're loud. I keep going on that green. They are so loud. I love them. I love them tremendously. What do we want here? We've got Russian there. Got 2 dictionaries. We need some music. I'll have some music up here. Yep. I'm a very messy crafter. You might want to have like, you know, glue paper at the side or whatever. I'm not like that. I just sort of attack things. And it generally works out. And I don't worry about it. Just make it a bit Bob Ross, happy little accident. I've got to say, I really enjoy the fact that like my craft supplies are things like this. Yeah, I just think it makes an overall more enjoyable. Do I want that to go like that? No, because I don't want the word beating when he sneezes. This old paper's very dry. Okay, look where we're at. We've only got this bit to do. So yeah, what are you going to have for your Christmas dinner? If you celebrate Christmas, you might not celebrate Christmas. We're going to have, well, we would normally have lamb. I think I might still buy a lamb leg. And then when we come back, just in case. And then if he doesn't, I'll talk to my mum. And then if he doesn't get what, you know, a lamb leg, we'll have it. And we'll have it at New Year's or something. But I don't have I've got like a week. And then I don't have any holidays until the end of March. I think I've got one day. I've got to make a long weekend, sort of mid-February. I might buy some holiday. I think I might buy some holiday. Now then, so when you get to this point, it's like you don't know what to do next. I've got dictionary, I've got more music, so more music. So music here. Yep. I haven't even decided. I've not had Christmas lists from anybody. I've not had one from my husband. We're going to do a Secret Santa family, but I don't know who with, or you know, like who I've got yet. I need that old paper here. Not that one. King of Lancaster. Ooh, Gunpowder Plot. I'm going to save that one. That'd be useful for an autumn journal. So Gunpowder Plot is, we've just celebrated Guy Fawkes Night, which is all about the Gunpowder Plot. It was a group of Catholics who wanted to destroy Parliament. They had fair reason. I mean, I'm not really partisan in anything, but no reason to actually... It was an act of terrorism, really, that they wanted to do, but it was foiled. But the poor person who was sort of the fall guy for all of these people was a guy called Guy Fawkes, actually. And he was murdered, well, he was tortured and made to confess, and then, like, was murdered, I think probably a good word to describe it. And traditionally, I don't know if they do it much now, but they did it when I was a child. Children make like an effigy of him to burn, and then you'd go around and ask people penny for the guy. You'd sort of make your guy up, and then you would sort of sit in a shop door. I'm so old. I don't think you do this now. This was in the 80s when children were basically feral. And you were left to your own devices, which I think probably previous generations of children were also basically feral and left to their own devices. That's why we were too. But yeah, you would ask penny for the guy, and you might get like some money to buy some sweets. I think you were supposed to buy fireworks with it, but we never did. We always used to just go and buy sweets from the sweet shop. And if my mum found out we did it, we used to get really told off. Understandably so. And then the guy effigy would be put on the top of the Russian cooker there. Put on the top of the bonfire. There'll like be big bonfires and fireworks, because Guy Fawkes and his friends were going to blow up Parliament when the King was there. And they put lots of gunpowder underneath. That's why it's called the Gunpowder Plot. And they were going to blow it up that way. And that's why we have fireworks and bonfires on November the 5th. And there's a rhyme that says, remember, remember the 5th of November. Gunpowder treason. flopped, I think. I don't think I've ever said it, well, not in 20, 30 years. Yeah. Gonna clean that up. Bit of a baby wipe. So it was actually not too bad where we were. I was a bit worried about it being like really, really loud and noisy for the cat because he's frightened of everything. But we were fine. We got away with it. And he's happily drugged up on cat drugs. So have you done a masterboard like this? Is this something? It's really easy. I don't think you need to think about it too hard. Just need to do that bit now. And a bit there. My small dictionary. This dictionary is one that's from those Tesco shelves. I tell you, I've got so many good stuff from that. So many good stuff. That's not English. So much good stuff from those shelves. Really impressive. And it's the kind of stuff that other people are not gonna, you know, like nobody's gonna want to buy an old dictionary. Not like a, I think this was like a 60-year-old dictionary. It's not old enough to be antique, but not. It wouldn't be good enough, you know, like to use to play Scrabble or something like that. It wouldn't work. What do I put here? What have I got that I've not used? Oh, that index. Got any of that index left? If you see it, wave and cheer. Here we go. A little tiny bit. Which might work out well for other things. Like that would work there. Does that work there? Yeah, it does. That works there. Got one more piece. Okay, we're nearly there, guys. What we'll do next time is we'll do the next layer. So that's like adding the pretty papers and napkins, and we'll be adding some of that over these bits as well. And I will cover the other side. As well. Okay, just need to do that one. Okay, let's have a look. Fold you back. So here we are. I'll be able to, I don't want to, unless I fold it the other way for now. Make some folds. I don't know. Just trying to, where can I display it for you? So this is the first end of it. We did quite a lot really. And then here we are towards the other side, and we still have all of that to do. But I'm quite excited about, like I said, about the size of this. It's like a really nice, unusual size for a leaflet. All of these bits will get stuck down either with a PVA or I'll put my silicone glue to it. And I will do more on this side. But I'm going to leave you there. I'm going to go make chilli for my family. And yeah. Next time we'll be adding kind of pretty papers. So we've got these, and we have napkins and a Jolly Father Christmas and some Christmas writing. I've got a plan for this one as well. I was actually looking last year. I was looking for that to do something for family, so I'm going to do that and show you guys, and then it can do double bubble for me. But there we go. That's it for now. I will dry it with my dryer before we before I do the thumbnail. But there we go. I don't know what I'm going to call this. Making the base for a new journal. Masterboard base for a new journal. There we go. That's the name of it. Thank you if you've got this far. You're amazing for keeping me company as I do this. If you would hit that like button, let me know. Like I said, what are you going to have for your Christmas dinner? What are your plans for Christmas? Have you not even thought about it yet? Am I being too early? I've normally got a lot more stuff done than I usually have. I'm not going to be talking about Christmas for everything, but I kind of do want to start building momentum to make some homemade things to take up to family and actually to colleagues. So we are going to have, so we're going to go off-piste, and I'm going to make some mini wreaths from bits from my garden. I thought because they're going to be small, we will be able to talk about it and do stuff like that. But that's actually in December. All right then, guys. I will see you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.